Not to forget that you can watch us live on Facebook at OGTV and Ogun State Television, on YouTube at OGTV Abeokuta, and on OGTV website www.ogtv.com.ng/live. For the latest news and reports, check us on this platform: X at Ogun TV, Instagram at Ogun State Television, or download OGTV app on Apple Store and Google Play Store. And now to the details of the news. Vice President Kashim Shettima has called for a stronger partnership between the media and government, urging journalists to deploy constructive engagement and critical thinking in strengthening Nigerians' democracy. Speaking at the public presentation of My Life in Journalist Hangout and the 60th birthday celebration of veteran journalist Babajide Kolade Utitoju in Abuja, Shettima emphasized that the health of any democracy depends significantly on the vigilance and responsibility of the media. He noted that societies are not weakened by a lack of ideas, but by the absence of individuals willing to rigorously interrogate them. Shettima stressed that democracy transcends elections and institutions, pointing instead to the media's role in shaping public consciousness. He stated that the measure of every democracy is not in the rituals of election alone or the architecture of institution, but it is also in the sensibility and sensitivity of the media, warning that unchecked narratives could erode truth and weaken public institutions. According to him, everything deteriorates when left unquestioned, including power, governance, systems, and national discourse, adding that the media must avoid becoming an accomplice to confusion. The Vice President further highlighted the importance of critical thinking and national development, noting that it helps discipline public discourse, counters prejudice, and protects society from conspiracy theories fueled by ignorance and fear. Also speaking, Chairman of the Nigerian Governors Forum and Kwara State Governor Abdurrahman Abdurrazak commended the media for its patriotic role in advancing democracy and national development. Meanwhile, the presidency has commenced registration for the federal government's nationwide training of 10 million Nigerians on financial inclusion and literacy, and a major push to deepen economic participation and wealth creation across the country. The registration exercise, which is free of charge, is being coordinated through WAU Africa, an integrated leadership and organizational excellence platform focused on empowering women via an online portal. Vice President Kashim Shettima formally launched the registration during a virtual meeting of the Presidential Committee on Economic and Financial Inclusion, alongside 6 professionals' bodies and key development partners, including the World Bank, African Union, Economic Community of West African States, and the National Information Technology Development Agency. Represented by the Special Advisor to the President on Economic Affairs, Dr. Tope Fasua, the Vice President described the program as a flagship initiative of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, with the potential to deliver far-reaching impacts beyond Nigeria. He outlined key focus areas of the training to include digital literacy, financial and economic literacy, healthcare and wellness, and creative arts and design entrepreneurship, engineering trade, as well as hospitality and tourism skills. The Vice President commended collaboration institutions such as WAU Africa, the World Bank, the African Union, ECOWAS, the European Union, and other partners for their commitment to the initiative, noting that the program would continue to expand through partnerships. Nigeria is on the path to leading space-based technology following President Bola Tinubu's approval of 2 new satellites in orbit. The Minister of Communications, Innovations and Digital Economy, Dr. Bosun Tijani, disclosed this in Abuja. According to Dr. Tijani, the President's approval for the acquisition of satellites 2A and 2B clearly demonstrates the present administration's commitment to building the future of space-based technology. Dr. Tijani said that Nigeria already leads the West African sub-region with its satellites presence in space, stressing that the 2 new satellites would have far-reaching implications for Nigerians' digital economy and prosperity. The minister said it has become necessary for Nigeria to build solutions around satellite technology to address security, agriculture, education, logistics, and health challenges. It said satellite technology remains the most dependable source for intelligence gathering, remote sensing, and other needs for military and security operations across the globe. The minister said in today's world, satellite technology sits at the core of development as the world becomes more digitized, with data and connectivity driving strategic innovations and prosperity. Dr. Tijani said this move will strengthen evidence-based policy making for the country's digital economy outlook, stressing that each research cluster involving about 36 professors is funded to the tune of $1.5 million. Meanwhile, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, said Nigeria must abandon outdated practices and embrace a digital-first approach to governance to achieve a $1 trillion economy and lift citizens out of poverty. Speaking through the House spokesman, Akitunde Rotimi, the Speaker stressed the need to eliminate long-standing bottlenecks and create a faster, more efficient system of public service delivery. He noted that a digitally integrated governance framework would have a multiplier effect on the economy by transforming critical areas such as public procurement, tax administration, and social investment programs. According to him, such reforms will curb leakages, reduce corruption, and enhance the investment climate. Abbas said the legislature has played a pivotal role in advancing Nigeria's digital transformation agenda. He highlighted the National Digital Economy and E-Governance Bill currently before the National Assembly as a key initiative aimed at establishing a robust framework for a more efficient digital economy. The Speaker explained that the bill provides legal backing for electronic signatures, contracts, and transactions while compelling government institutions to adopt transparent and efficient digital processes. He added that the 10th House of Representatives is focused on building a predictable system where innovation strives without bureaucratic constraints, alongside ensuring strong data privacy and cybersecurity standards to protect citizens from fraud. Moving on, the federal government has unveiled a new digital platform aimed at transforming citizens' engagement and governance with the launch of the Clean mobile app by the Nigerian Orientation Agency. The unveiling, which took place in Abuja, marked a significant step in utilizing technology to bridge the gap between the government and its citizens. Clean, an AI-powered virtually assistant and civil education platform, is designed to promote national unity, provide accurate information on government policies, and encourage public participation. The name Clean reflects the core focus area of the NOA's mandate, addressing crime, lawlessness, health, education, environment, abuse, and narcotics. Speaking during the launch, the agency's Director General, Larry Isao-Nilu, described the app as a way of governing that puts citizens at the center of decision-making. According to Isao-Nilu, the app is designed to tackle long-standing challenges, including limited access to information, low citizen participation, and weak feedback channels. The advent of artificial intelligence in the education sector has been described as that with much advantage to aid the learning process of students. In this special report, respondents who spoke with OGTV News crew on the advantages and disadvantages of artificial intelligence in the education sector submitted that learners should not erase the aspect of human effort in learning process. Ayodeji Tomori Uluomi has the details.
The invention of artificial intelligence is no doubt a globally accepted one, which enables technical systems to perceive their environment, deal with what they perceive, solve problems, and act to achieve a specific goal. To some, artificial intelligence has formed part of their daily activities, from learning and acting in such a way that would normally require human intelligence.
It's a large database for us. We've been enjoying it. It cut across so many things that we are doing. In fact, in a day, I use ChatGPT like it's like food for me. Do you understand? Because it solved many problems. Artificial intelligence has come to stay, and it's in fact, we can't do without it.
One of the importance of artificial intelligence is the speedy, flawless, and accurate response to providing answers to problems. This seems useful, but respondents believe it poses a serious threat to learning abilities of learners.
When you look at the intelligence properly, you will observe that it has revolutionized the education sector. But when you look at these days, students no longer read because they will not read when they know that with the press of a button, they can easily get answers to the assignment given to them to home easily through artificial intelligence. So it has caused another laziness for learners entirely.
To me, I see it as a blessing. Even though we may say that the student will not be able to learn about the rudiments of what leads to such things. But again, with the technology coming up rapidly, you have to join those technological developments.
Respondents believe that if learners should make positive and maximum use of artificial intelligence in the education sector, research works would receive a boost, which will in turn contribute to the development of the nation.
They should try and balance it. They should try, when they are, as much as they are using artificial intelligence, they should try to read textbooks, they should try to read journals, they should try to read daily papers, watch and listen to news, so that they will know what is going on around them.
For AI, it is food is ready. But for you as a growing scholar, and if you want to be scholarly with what you have to do, you can't take that as food is ready. By the extent of what AI has got, that is food is ready. But it's a raw material for you, not the final product that you are going to place before your lecturer or your teacher and say, yes, this is my response, my answer to your question.
They therefore call for adequate regulation of artificial intelligence in learning process so as not to erase totally human efforts for the purpose of breeding scholars with natural intelligence. Ayodeji Tomori Olunmi, OGTV News.
And still to come on the news, Foreign Affairs Minister Yusuf Toga resigns. More news and report after this break. And if you're just joining us, you're watching OGTV Comprehensive News Package for the day. The National Universities Commission, NUC, has issued new guidelines regulating the award of honorary degrees in Nigerian universities, banning recipients from using the doctoral title. The Commission said the move aims at curbing what it described as the indiscriminate conferment of honorary awards and preserving the integrity of academic distinctions under the new rule. Only universities that have graduated their first set of PhD students are eligible to confer honorary degrees. The NUC stressed that recipients of honorary degree must not prefix their names with doctor, but instead use appropriate designation after their names, such as Doctor of Science. It added that the doctoral title remains strictly reserved for individuals who have earned academic doctorate or are qualified medical professionals. The guidelines also prohibit any form of payment or expectation of financial contributions from recipients, insisting that honorary degrees must be awarded strictly on merit and free of charge. The Commission also excluded self-nominated individuals and serving elected or appointed public officials from receiving such awards. Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Toga has resigned from his position to pursue his governorship ambition in Bauchi State ahead of the 2027 general elections. Toga, a member of the All Progressives Congress, reportedly submitted his resignation letter on Monday, barely 24 hours before the deadline set by the presidency. Bola Tinubu has directed all political appointees with electoral ambitions to vacate their offices on or before March 31st, 2026. The directive conveyed through the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, mandates compliance in line with Section 88, Subsection 1 of the Electoral Act 2026, as well as the timetable released by the Independent National Electoral Commission for party primaries ahead of the 2027 polls. With this development, more resignations are expected in the coming days as appointees seeking elective offices move to meet the stipulated deadline. The newly appointed Commissioner of Police in Ogun State, Bode Ojajuni, has pledged to uphold professionalism, discipline and respect for human rights in the discharge of his duties across the state. The 38th Commissioner of Police made this known during his maiden press briefing held at the command's headquarters, Aliwero, Abeokuta, where he outlined his vision for effective policing and enhanced security. Our reporter, Margaret Ukulola, has the details.
The Ogun State Police Command has ushered in a new era of leadership with the assumption of office by the Commissioner of Police, CP Bode Ojajuni, who has reaffirmed his commitment to strengthening security and public trust. During his maiden address, CP Ojajuni emphasized that discipline remains the foundation of the force, stressing that officers must demonstrate professionalism, respect for the rule of law, and dignity in their interactions with members of the public.
The IGP clearly articulated the forces and this Nigerian Police Force policy direction and directives, emphasizing on the democracy that the citizens are our bosses. This guiding principle will remain the cornerstone of my administration in the Ogun State. The peace and security of the people of Ogun State remain my paramount agenda. I assure you that I will be accessible, responsive, and committed to proactive policing strategies that will guarantee safety across the state.
CP Ojajuni also called for greater collaboration between the police and the public, urging residents to provide credible and timely information to support crime prevention and maintain law and order across the state.
My administrative machinery for monitoring officers and men will be robust, proactive, and uncompromised. In this regard, the complete response unit CRU will serve as a key channel through which members of the public can report misconduct and hold officers accountable. The CRU is accessible via telephone, social media platforms. In addition, the Gateway Ship app application and the control room will remain continuously operational to receive complaints, intelligence, and all relevant information from the public in real time.
Highlighting his inclusive approach, he noted that traditional rulers, community leaders, the media, and other security agencies would be actively engaged in building a safer Ogun State. He further assured officers and men of the command of improved welfare, while charging them to remain dedicated, disciplined, and united in achieving the collective goal of ensuring peace and security for all residents. Earlier, as part of his first official duties, CP Bode Ojajuni was received by the leadership of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Ogun State Council, at the State Secretariat in Abeokuta, where he inspected a free medical outreach organized to commemorate National Police Day. The program, themed Community Partnership, Building Trust, was put together by the Nigerian Police Force, Ogun State Command, in line with the initiative of the Inspector General of Police, IGP Olatunji Disu, to reinforce the mantra, "Police is your friend." Medical services provided included blood sugar checks, blood pressure checks, height and weight measurements, as well as health talks, with various activities lined up, from sensitization campaigns to medical outreach, and the presentation of checks to families of fallen officers. National Police Day commenced on Monday, 30th of March, and will culminate in the ceremonial parade and tactical displays on Tuesday, 7th of April, 2026. Margaret Okunola, OGTV News.
Away from that story, the Association of Retired Heads of Service and Permanent Secretaries in Ogun State, Tuesday, 31st March 2026, held public presentation of a commemorative book titled Our Legacy, Our Pride, 50 Years of Monumental Achievements in Ogun State Civil Public Service, 1976 to 2026. Venue of the event is the June 12 Cultural Center, Kuto, Abeokuta, starting from 10 in the morning. Chief guest of honor for the day is Governor Dapo Abiodun, while former Governor Chief Olusegun Oshoba is chairman. Business mogul Sir Kensington Adebutu is chief launcher at education, while former Oyo State Head of Service Alhaji Tajuddin Aremu will review the book. In the spirit of celebrating the legendary Egba warrior Lishabi Agbombuakala, residents of ancient settlements known as the Lepers Colony in Iberekodo, Abeokuta, have benefited from projects worth over 5 million naira as part of activities marking the 39th Lishabi Day celebration. The intervention carried out by the Lishabi Exquisite Ladies Club is aimed at improving the welfare and living conditions of members of the community. Olaide Oloye Shuluade has the details.
The ancient settlement in Abeokuta, known as the Leper Colony in Iberekodo, one of the oldest settlements in Abeokuta, witnessed a moment of joy as the residents gathered at the community hall to receive relief materials and empowerment tools donated by the Lishabi Exquisite Ladies Club, founded 5 years ago by a group of Egba women committed to humanitarian service, was established with the primary aim of supporting vulnerable groups and preserving the legacy of Lishabi through acts of charity and community development. The outreach to the 28 families in the Leper Colony forms part of this year's Lishabi Day activities, reflecting the cultural importance of giving back and promoting social inclusion among neglected populations. Items distributed at the event included bags of rice, cassava flakes, vegetable oil and other food supplies, essential drugs to support healthcare needs, plastic chairs, cash gifts, as well as sewing machines and other vocational tools designed to encourage self-reliance among beneficiaries. Speaking at the event, the vice president of the club, Chief Yemi Olarewaju, said the gesture was driven by compassion and the need to sustain the legacy of Lishabi by positively impacting lives.
This is the third project we're doing. We came in here, had a meeting with the members of this community, and we asked for what they think we could do to bring smiles to their faces. What we have spent so far is a little bit above 5 million. So good. I think we are satisfied with what we've been able to do.
During the distribution, the secretary of the club called on government agencies, corporate organizations, and well-meaning individuals to support similar initiatives, stressing that collective efforts are key to achieving sustainable development.
Peanuts to what they need. And I'm going to use this opportunity to call on other charity organizations to please come here and visit them and, come to their aid, ask them what they need. And people have been trying, they've been coming and giving them things.
Some of the beneficiaries expressed appreciation for the kind gesture, noting that the support will go a long way in easing their daily struggles and improving their livelihoods.
We have not even expected what they just try to come and do for us. But by God's grace, we really appreciate their support for us. We really appreciate the love, the care, and the kind gesture they do to us.
The Lishabi Day celebration, beyond honoring a legendary hero, continues to serve as a platform for humanitarian outreach and socio-economic development across Egba land. Olaide Oloye Sholuade, OGTV News.
The president of Pentecostal Sanctuary Bible Ministry, Prophet Sunday Inyuade, has urged Nigerians to live righteously and remain spiritually prepared, stressing that the reality of Christ's return should inspire holy living and steadfast faith among believers He made this call during the ministry's 30th anniversary and 24th annual convention held at Zion City Campground, Irunwaton, Ijebu-Ode. Our correspondent Testimony Komolafe has the details.
The Thanksgiving service drew ministers, members and guests into an atmosphere of reverence and celebration, marking 3 decades of the ministry's existence and impacts. The guest preacher, Olubenga Oshadari, emphasized steadfast faith, holiness and total commitment to God, urging believers to live in the readiness of the second coming of Christ.
Maranatha, the Lord coming, is a call to holiness and separation. Maranatha, Hebrews chapter 12 and 14. Without holiness, no man shall see the Lord.
Central to the event was the ordination ceremony, where selected members were set apart for greater service in the vineyard, symbolizing growth and continuity within the church. The theme, Maranatha, meaning the Lord's coming, resonated throughout the service, with pastors calling on believers to live upright lives in preparation for Christ's return. The program also featured vibrant ministration from the teen church, special musical renditions, and soul-lifting praise sessions that energized the congregation. Speakers also highlighted the ministry's journey over the past 30 years, noting its contribution to spiritual development, youth empowerment, and community impact.
God has ordained me today, and I promise I'll work for God and do the will of God.
Talk about Christian nature in a community that is not accepting Christ. Definitely you have challenges of persecution. We have been enjoying the grace. We've been enjoying the guidance of God.
It is fine that people that we before should rise up, wake up in their faith and trust, because Maranatha is talking of holiness, sanctification, that you need to clean yourself, to purify yourself.
As the church celebrates this milestone, the message of Maranatha remains a call to readiness, renewed dedication, and faith among believers. Testimony Komolafe, OGTV News.
Youths have been encouraged to embrace the virtues of artwork and diligently serve God to enjoy the special blessings of God. This came to the fore during a 3-in-1 celebration of the 60th birthday, retirement, and 31st wedding anniversary of Pastor Abel Fadebi, held in Akute, where 2 books uttered by the celebrant was launched to inspire the coming generations. Matthew Shomi completes the report.
Described as a successful banker, servant of God, highly committed family, and a community man, Pastor Abel Fadebi, pastor in charge of the Restoration Assembly of the Redeemed Christian Church of God in Lambe under Ifo local government, has no doubt touched many lives, impacted his community, and left an indelible footprint in the banking industry. The 3-in-1 celebration attracted people from different walks of life who gathered to honor him. Chairman of the 60th birthday and retirement celebration, 34th wedding anniversary, as well as a book launch, said this could have only been made possible by God, and congratulates the celebrant for the unique grace of God.
To me, it's the beginning of good things to come. The way he has done in the last 30-something years in the bank, he should do more.
Representatives from his own state in America, friends and colleagues described Pastor Abel Fadebi as a committed, dutiful, and generous man who is ready to go out of his way to help others.
So much endeared to so many of us. More or less, you say, is a special man and a special gift to the town of Imeko.
Whatever you give to him, you can just go to bed and be sure that it is done. There's no 99% integrity, it's 100%. And his own case is over 100%. We got to know each other since 1985. That is 41 years ago. My wife gave Pastor Fadebi his wife that they married today.
The 2 books, titled Nugget of Hope and Road to Great Impact, authored by the celebrant, were launched, while Dr. Joshua Omokende emphasized the importance of Christ and the life of every living In his review of one of the books, Pastor Abel Fadebi said, having experienced different phases of life, he must identify the place of God in his life.
There's a road to impact. That road is not a very smooth road. It's not a very easy road, but it is a sure road. If you are focused and you are committed to what you want to achieve, and you have God behind you.
Good father, a good husband, and I appreciate him. I appreciate God in his life.
The Thanksgiving service had earlier been held at the Redeemed Christian Church of God Restoration Assembly in Lambe, where Pastor Bamidele Ololayemo harped on how man can have a divine encounter with God in his sermon before leading the prayers for the celebrants, his wife, Omi, OGTV News.
It is time to have you some business news with Olayemi Takoro. Do stay with us.